Forex trading has a lot of myths, and busting those misconceptions is really going to help better your trading journey. So let's get into a couple of those myths that you may have heard and they are brainwashing you. Number one being Forex is a get rich quick scheme. Now that is a myth. You may have heard that if you trade Forex or you are learning Forex, you're going to get rich overnight. And whilst you could place a trade and you could make money back, that could also be luck. Now, when it comes to Forex, it's not little effort is going to allow you to have an abundant life in Forex. More effort and more learning this skill is actually going to give you an abundant life. Now, the reality of trading Forex is that it's a skill-based activity, meaning that you need knowledge, you need to learn the skill set, you need to go through mistakes, and you will fail. But in order to succeed in anything, you must fail, right? In Forex, you need patience, you need discipline, you need risk management, and overall, you need to be confident within yourself. Even if you lose a trade, you're going to know why you went wrong on that trade and how you're going to make it right again. Now, trading is not a quick process that's going to happen overnight. It's actually going to take a long time. The average trader, it takes 4 to 7 years to reach a great amount of profitability. It took me 2 years to start seeing consistent profits. And now I'm nearly 5 years in. This has been my best year yet. Last year to now has been my best year yet. And this is just a realization to say that until you start looking at the outside of your trading life, like the things that you're doing every day on a day-to-day basis, the mindset you have, the way you eat, the way you view your reality, that is what's going to really affect your trading. Trading is not a shortcut, okay? But trading can really allow you to have an abundant life if you actually learn the skill set that it requires to learn how to make money in the markets. So get out of your head that you're going to make money overnight and you're going to literally pass a challenge, you're going to flip an account, you're going to become a millionaire and buy a Lamborghini. Be mindful of who you watch, and you need to understand that trading will take time, but it's so worth it and it will pay off. Number two is you need a lot of money to make money. That is not true. In trading, you can literally have as little as $50 or £50 and start a trading account. Now, while if it is that cheap, it's probably an offshore broker, what I personally wouldn't recommend. Anything that is a regulated broker like IG Trading, the minimum is normally about $250, £250, and that is as minimal as you can spend. But there also is a minimum trading allowance that you could also spend on a prop firm challenge. Now you could get a 10K prop firm challenge, which could be anywhere from around $50 to $100. And if you don't know what a prop firm is, you literally are initially showing someone that you can trade, and they will now give you 10K and they will pay you for what you are making. You will not have £10,000 or $10,000 in your account, but you will be able to use that $10,000 to actually be able to maximize your profit making in the market. Now, what that means essentially is the more you have in your account, the more money you can make. If you are starting with a lower amount, it's going to take you a longer time to get to a bigger number. And that is why a lot of people, like myself, utilize prop firms. I personally like to utilize prop firms who take out money and put into my personal account. Do not see starting small as something negative. If you can only afford to put between $50 to $250 in an account, do not see that as a negative, because in actual fact, starting small and getting those small wins and learning how to deal with your emotions when you're winning and losing money, regardless of the price, it's going to make you show up to the markets even better when you have a bigger amount to trade with. I would always say you should use demo trading to learn how to actually enter and exit trades and to understand your pair a little bit more. But start with a smaller account, $50 to $250, to actually learn how to control your emotions and to understand how price genuinely moves. Because if you can slowly build up your account, that's going to be so much better than putting £5,000 into a trading account and blowing it over a night because you have no clue on how to trade. Now me, in my first year, I joined an academy that it literally was just a scam academy. It was all like a marketing scheme. And they was basically just saying, yeah, like put money into the broker and enter the trade. Regardless of what happens, enter, buy, sell. And I did not know what I was doing. Now that's my own mistake because I weren't doing what you're doing right now, looking at people's videos for answers. Like, this is knowledge. Regardless if you're learning from someone, whether you're watching a podcast, whether you're watching a video or listening to an episode like what you're listening to now, you are still learning and growing daily, and that is going to benefit you so much because you're learning from other people's mistakes. Now, I didn't do that. So what happened to me is I put £300 into an account, blew it within 24 hours. I then made money. I then lost money. I then put £700 back in, lost that. Then I was so silly. I put £3,000 in and I blew it. And slowly over time, I started to think, is trading a scam? Is this real? What's going on? I started blaming everyone but myself until I started to do my own personal research on YouTube, bought books, watched podcasts, and bought a course. Now, see this as a sign to just do your learning. Learn how to grow that skill set. No matter how big and small, you need to do it, okay? Long story short, before I go into a tangent, it doesn't matter how much money you've got. Learn from me that you can have little money, you can have big money. If you don't know how to trade, you will still blow that account regardless. You will still lose that prop firm challenge regardless if you do not know how to trade. Number 3, leverage is your friend. Now, while leverage is really good because it can help you maximize your profits, it is also the same as taking losses. Whilst it can amplify your profits, it can also amplify your losses, meaning you are having a bigger chance to make more profits because you have a good leverage, but also meaning that now you are able to risk more in your account. So be mindful when it comes to the leverage. Make sure you're checking the leverage. Make sure that you are okay with what you are losing and what you are trying to gain in the markets. Because again, this will all affect your emotions and this will essentially affect the way you trade. Number 4, trading is a full-time job. Now, if you have heard that trading is a full-time job, I'm sorry to cut it to you. That is just wrong. And whilst you can make unlimited amounts of money in trading, it's going to take you a while to get there unless you really learn this skill set super quick and you go through these losses and learn from other people. But I would never suggest to someone that you should quit your 9 to 5. You should put all your money in savings and go all in on trading. Whilst you should go all in on learning how to trade, you should always have a side income, because if you don't, in reality, if you lose all that money, what are you going to do? How are you going to pay your bills? Now, you can trade part-time. You can still have your job and make money in the markets, and you can still be a successful trader. Now, how you do that is you pick what you want to trade. And you will think, okay, so if I'm trading GBP JPY, also known as GJ, what sessions would be best to trade this in? You should be trading that London session and you should be trading that Tokyo session. Now, essentially, it doesn't really matter. What matters is you figure out what best works for your times and your pairs. Now, if you're someone that's in the UK, for example, and you're working a 9 to 5 job, maybe you want to find something that you can do after your 9 to 5 job. So maybe that's New York. You will have a couple of hours to trade New York before the market for New York closes. So you could trade something like USD JPY, because then you're going to have New York rollover into Tokyo session, and this will also give you a great amount of time to trade. Moving on to number 5, which is you can predict exactly how the markets are going to move. Now, this is a load of BS, and let me tell you why. You can do your technical analysis, your fundamental analysis, but in reality, the market will do whatever it wants. So my best advice to you at home is move with the market, do your analysis, and have confidence in your strategy that, okay, this is where I would like price to get to. And if it gets here, I will wait to see how the market and price reacts. If it respects my area of importance, I will then get in when ABC happens. My confluences, for example, my ABC could be something like a bounce or rejection of a Fibonacci retracement level. It could be a bounce or rejection off of a support or resistance level. It could be a touch on a trend line. It could be a candlestick pattern or closure. Wait for a couple of confluences before you just run and chase the profits, because now what you're going to do is you're going to maximize your profits, meaning you can't predict the market, but you can move with the market. And that is what you want to do as a trader. Number 6, and my final myth, in this episode is that Forex is too complicated. Now, whilst Forex can be super complicated and it can feel very overwhelming, it is not difficult and it is not the end of the world. Like anything you're learning, it's going to take time, okay? It's not going to happen overnight. You're not going to learn everything within 2 days, because it definitely didn't take me a week or a month. 4 or 5 years later, I'm now understanding the Forex terminology. I'm understanding the markets better. I'm understanding myself, my emotions. I'm understanding leverage more. I'm understanding my risk tolerance. I'm understanding all these things that I didn't know within the first week. Now, there are beginner-friendly courses out there. There are beginner-friendly podcasts to watch. There is beginner-friendly everything. Now, my advice to you would be to try and look at the charts with a naked eye and try and just use some things like trend lines, support and resistance to actually start out if you don't know how to trade at all. Learn the basics in trading before you start adding 100 indicators on your charts. I personally wouldn't recommend that. I don't do that. I think it makes it super overwhelming. But whatever works for you, my best advice would be to literally minimize the more that's on your charts. And that will help you to stay focused and actually know that you're focusing on price, okay? You're focusing on price and you would like price to get to a certain area before you buy or sell in the market. Learn how this pair moves, how quick it moves, what times it moves. Is it in the London session? Is it in the Tokyo session? You also need to know the fundamentals. You don't massively need to go into fundamentals. If you don't really understand fundamentals, you could do something so little as looking on Forex Factory and looking at the news for the week. And now what you can do as a trader is you can avoid news. If it's peak news, if it's a red folder on Forex Factory, I would say either move your stop loss into profit to protect your capital, or do not trade within those times. This will now allow you to not go through wild emotions, to take losses, and to just really understand that this isn't the market that's doing a crazy spike. It's actually a news event. This will also allow you to understand how the market moves during an economic news event. Now, I hope this episode really helped you. If you would like to see more Forex myths, please drop a comment down below and I will do a part 2 of this. You can find all of my links down below. I also have a Discord with Connect, myself and Mads. We have a Discord where we're doing trading talks. We might drop an analysis here and there. We might send some videos. We might do webinars. You're gonna have to just come and check out for yourself. Now, you do not want to miss the opportunity because this Discord is currently free and we don't know how long it's going to be free for. It could be free for a year. It could be free for 5 years. But you do not want to miss what we have got coming for the community. On top of that, you can also find a link down below to my WOP, which also will give you a mindset course. So if you're someone that wants to learn how to be more involved with the self-development side, which will also go hand in hand with your trading, self-development massively helped me. So if you would like the link to my course, it will be down below alongside a lot of other links. So don't forget to check those out down below. Thank you for tuning into this episode. I wish you a pleasant week ahead. And don't forget to put a heart down below if this is something that has benefited you. Take care and stay blessed. Peace.